The NHL playoffs are finally here, and we are kicking off the postseason tonight with number one in the Western Conference, the Anaheim Ducks, and they're hosting the Winnipeg Jets in Game 1 of their series. Here joining me now to talk over his picks on the game is expert handicapper Dave Golikoff. Now, Dave, I'm excited to hear your picks on this one because I'm just not sure. I'm really not confident in this Ducks team. I mean, Winnipeg has won 10 out of their last 14 matchups and seem to be looking stronger than the last time we saw them play Anaheim over 3 months ago. Could we expect a win here from Winnipeg?
Betting definitely counting on that momentum, carrying them into the playoffs. I think the other couple things you're looking at is the fact that they've kind of been fighting for their playoff lives for the last few weeks or so. You know, the Los Angeles Kings were chasing them. They were chasing the Calgary Flames, and those two teams, the Jets and the Flames, got a little bit of a taste of what the playoffs are like when the stakes are high every single night. You know, you have to go out and win just to secure your berth. So I don't think the playoff atmosphere is really gonna, is gonna provide any nerves or anything like that for the Jets, because they've been playing that style for the last month. The other thing is here with the Jets, if you like them, you're banking on Andre Pavlich to have a pretty good series. You know, this is a goaltender who's been middling for his career for the most part. But he looked really good down the stretch of the season. Since the All-Star break, a 1.98 goals against average, .932 save percentage. You know, if he plays like that, the Jets are definitely going to have a chance to win not tonight, whenever the game is, tomorrow night. But they're going to have a chance to win not only Game 1, but also the series. The question is, can he keep that up? As you know, as mentioned, he was good in the second half, but the rest of his career, the other X amount of years in the first half of the season, he hasn't really played that well. So you're kind of banking on a lot of momentum if you like the Jets in Game 1.
All right, now let's argue a little bit about Anaheim here. I know I said I'm not fully confident in them, but they will be riding some momentum on top of the Western Conference. What can we expect to see from them this evening, Dave?
Well, I think the Ducks are going to play. They're going to play the same way they play against Winnipeg consistently, and that's high-scoring affairs. They shouldn't have too many problems scoring, and I think that's really the crux of it for Winnipeg. Can they win a high-scoring series? And my guess is the answer is no. And I think this is actually a great matchup for the Ducks, not only Game 1, but also for the series. I think the line is wrong here for Game 1 too. But anyways, here's the issue. Pavlich is not likely to play well. That's the real trouble of it here for Winnipeg. I wouldn't be surprised if they had to use their backup, Michael Hutchinson. He's kind of been their 1A this season, although Pavlich played better down the stretch and Hutchinson played worse. But Pavlich has lost 4 or 5 meetings against the Ducks. He has a .900 save percentage against them in that span, 3.53 goals against average. You know, the Ducks have faced the Jets 3 times, and they've scored 13 goals. So they've scored at least 4 goals in every meeting. The Jets are not winning Game 1 or this series if they're giving up 4 goals a game. The other issue here, which I like the Ducks for Game 1, is I just think the quality of the two teams is quite different. The Jets beat up on weaklings. They went 25-14 against teams below 500. They went 18-25 against teams above 500. And then on the flip side, you look at Anaheim, they were 25-17, so 8 games over 500 versus winning teams. So there's a big difference in quality there. You know, Jets on the road here. I just think that this is really a shoe-in matchup for Anaheim. If they blow this, if they can't get out of the first round with this matchup, they're in some, you know, they're in line for a serious house cleaning. But I think looking at this on paper, this is a really good matchup for them.
All right, Dave, you're really convincing me with this Ducks team. It sounds like that's your pick for us tonight. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you can get them around the -140 range, I saw them last night, -144 at Pinnacle. I think so. I got an interesting stat to pull out here, which I found last night. The Ducks are 11-1 this season when at home with a total of 5 or less, which I found quite interesting because the total is 5 for this game. Oddsmakers are expecting sort of a low-scoring playoff type game. Obviously a playoff type game. We are in the playoffs, but they're expecting a low-scoring conservative game. And the the Ducks this season have really thrived in that setting with that stat. They're illustrating that so much. So I think the Ducks are the play here as long as you can get them in that minus 140, 145 neighborhood.
Alrighty guys, you heard it first from the SBR's hockey odds expert analyst Dave Golikoff. Take the Ducks to cover and start their playoff run with some momentum here. Now, if you want to challenge Dave with picks or you think you know a better play on the game, well, we want to hear about it. Comment below this video, tweet at us at SBR Sports Picks, show us what you've got, and maybe we'll feature you on our next show. And of course, for all the best NHL selections on the playoffs going down next week, you can keep it locked right here with us at sbrpicks.com.